Each and every one of us has an unlimited inner wellspring of spiritual power. You have the ability to transform, create, and heal anything upon which you set your heart and mind. Join me, Sarah Hall, as we learn how to uplift all aspects of your life through spiritual empowerment. Enjoy weekly guided meditations, spiritual discussions on a multitude of topics, and a chance to call in to receive channeled messages from the angels on your spiritual journey. I'm Sarah Hall, and this is Through the Eyes of the Angels.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for tuning into the show today. Today, we're going to be talking about healing trauma. This topic was actually angel requested, you guys. I asked the angels what they wanted to teach us about on this month's show, and they responded loud and clear that they would like to give us their perspective on healing trauma. Now, this is a topic that we could really go into for hours. You could write an entire PhD on this topic, and people do. So certainly you'll be able to delve into even more vast knowledge on this beyond the points that we discussed today. But in our time that we'll be sharing together, we'll be learning a few of the angels' pearls of wisdom so that they can give us their guiding light to heal us through our most difficult times. So first of all, let's start with the basic question. What is trauma? Trauma is any experience that causes us to feel deeply emotionally distressed, or essentially that triggers a strong fear response. Trauma has no one-size-fits-all set of parameters, because what is traumatic for one person might not be for another person. So there are many examples of what might cause trauma, including emotional, physical, or sexual abuse, natural disasters, war, acting against our morals, illness, injury, accidents or surgeries, addiction, feeling out of control while under the influence of mind-altering substances, receiving strong criticism or humiliation, divorces or breakups, the death of a loved one, psychic attack, and the list goes on and on. After a traumatic experience, we are often left with an emotional imprint, like a footprint pressed into the sand. Our mind, body, and spirit molds to the experience of trauma. Now, why is that? There's a biological, evolutionary reason. Human beings have evolved over thousands and thousands of years, often in rather dangerous environments, in which it was an important part of our evolution to be able to strongly recognize situations that might cause us harm. And because we are also social creatures, in other words, our survival depends on each other, it was also important to be able to strongly convey to others what situations might cause us harm. The emotional imprint of trauma helped us with doing that. Moreover, the imprint of trauma would actually become written into our DNA so that we could pass on the knowledge of how to stay safe to our descendants. When trauma makes a lasting imprint, it does so at the levels of mind, body, and spirit equally. We then carry the subconscious feeling of fear and lack of safety at each level of being, as if we are still reacting to the traumatic event, processing, or even protecting ourselves from it. And as we well know, this imprint of trauma can create imbalances and distress that interferes with our well-being. That subconscious fear is reacting to everything around you in life and has the potential to be triggered by other stressors that are around you. So yes, in an evolutionary sense, trauma helped us learn to live in the wild, but to really spiritually and emotionally master any potential lessons from trauma and heal from it. It is of utmost importance that we release the fear, transform our inner pattern of response to trauma, and essentially transcend it. According to the angels, healing trauma can actually even lead to powerful spiritual awakening and the development of wisdom and ability in healing others. The angels also communicate that on a spiritual level, there is a dual nature to what our human consciousness experiences on planet Earth. There is the true self of our divine origin, in which we experience love and oneness with the Creator. That aspect of our being through which miracles occur and joyful fulfillment is our reality. And the other aspect of our conscious potential is fear, the state of being through which we experience the illusion of being separate from love, support, safety, and oneness with Source. All discord and negativity on this planet originate from fear. And throughout our human lives, we will experience both sides of the coin. That's just part of where we are now in terms of our spiritual evolution as a collective, co-creating the reality that is human life on planet Earth. However, according to the angels, we are beings of profound creative power. We each hold within us the same power as does our Creator. For the divine power that gave birth to the cosmos resides within you. We wield that creative power through the force of our will. Through exercising your will, you have the power to create any life and reality that you dream of, that you choose. And we can choose to live and respond to everything that life hands us with the love and the power of the true self. Mastering the ability to do that is the spiritual path. It takes practice. And it's not always easy to be perfect at choosing to maintain that state of divine love. But it's less important to worry about perfection than it is to allow yourself to journey and practice towards achieving that state of love as often and sustainably as you can for you in your life. To live with the imprint of trauma is to live with one foot anchored in that fear consciousness. Yes, you can still experience good things while carrying trauma, but to firmly anchor both of your feet in the consciousness of the love, wholeness, and well-being your true divine nature is to be free to experience unlimited fulfillment and goodness. To be free of trauma, fear, the triggers that might set it off. The angels want us to know that we all have the ability and the power to heal completely from trauma. No matter how extreme or deeply embedded your experience of trauma was, you have the power to reverse it 100% and to live at the pinnacle of freedom, joy, and divine love and wellness. The angels want you to establish deep in your beliefs and understand now that literally all healing is possible. All healing is possible. So now, we're going to get into the mechanics of healing trauma. Essentially, what this healing does is transform the patterned response of fear into love and safety. The first thing that the angels invite you to do in response to trauma is to slow down and to create a safe space. When we are reacting to trauma, whether it's right in the middle of a traumatic event, or whether it's a panic attack a year later due to something that re-triggered the memory, we are essentially feeling as if we are out of control. You see, fear and control have a very close relationship. Fear causes us to often feel very much out of control or disempowered. It can then also trigger us to develop strong, imbalanced attachments to control in a fear-based effort to avoid feeling out of control again. To calm, heal, and reverse that feeling of being out of control or disempowered, it is essential to reestablish safety and understanding. And according to Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, your breath can actually help you to do this, breathing. So, some simple mechanics here. If you find that you are reacting to trauma with a racing heartbeat and high-level stress response, then it is good to breathe deep, long, and slow. And remind yourself that it is safe to process your emotions and thoughts slowly and gently. It is essential that you accompany those long, deep breaths with the thoughts or an affirmation such as, I am safe. I am safe. Everything is going to be all right. I am safe. Raphael says that you can even call upon him in that moment to infuse your breath work with this healing emerald green light that Raphael uses. Also, soft pink colored light can be very helpful. And visualize that you are breathing that light into your heart and that the light is helping you to find the safety, love, and power of your true self within. Breathing and connecting with the light. Now, Raphael also communicates that if you are reacting to trauma in such a way that causes you to freeze up, maybe instead of your heart racing, your heart rate is dropping or you feel paralyzed, then it can be helpful to breathe in a different way. You can breathe in a sharp, strong breath, a strong inhale, and exhale with strength. Sometimes even placing a consonant sound at the beginning of your exhale can help, such as ta, or da, or ga, or ka. It would sound something like this, inhaling sharply and exhaling with a ga, ga, ka, something like that. According to Raphael, the consonant at the beginning of the exhale will help you to purge out that freeze up and the fear attached to it. After your heart rate starts to return to normal, breathe long and deeply again, and then repeat the thought or the affirmation, I am safe, I am well, I am held in the arms of the angels now, I am loved, I am comforted, everything is going to be fine, I am safe. This breath and thought-based response to trauma patterns is the beginning of opening the doors to a safe space within yourself. Establishing safety is important both inwardly and outwardly, but inner safety is essential because it allows you to eventually develop freedom from the fear unconditionally without the need of any outside tools. The angels want you to know that they can and will be part of your inner safe space. The angels spoke to me before this podcast, in fact, and wanted to share that in each and every one of your darkest and most difficult moments, they are there. Whether you know it or not, even whether or not you believe in the angels, they are present. They are whispering comfort. They are kissing your cheeks. They are drying your tears. They are holding your body and surrounding you with the eternal love, support, and safety of heaven. Through your free will choice and intention, you can allow yourself to begin to experience and feel that angelic comfort when you need it. Simply begin by habitually calling on the angels when fear arises. Breathe deeply and think the thought, angels, I am opening my heart, mind, and feeling nature to you now. Be with me. I choose to feel you here. The angels will immediately begin feeding you with divine light. Divine light is the pure essence of consciousness. and it is made of the many gorgeous shades of the Creator's infinite love. Reach out immediately for a color in these moments. Usually the first one you see is the one that the angels are sending you to heal, and to heal specifically your state of being. Generally, white light is very cleansing, very purifying, and universally delivers us back to the reality of our spiritual origin in God and the oneness of divine love. Green light is healing for your body, mind, and spirit. So green is good to call on. It's very nurturing. Blue light is very protective and deeply calming, the antidote to stress, if you will. Pink light is emotionally healing and naturally opens and nurtures the heart chakra and the inner child. Yellow and golden light help you to return your power to you and also brings new enlightening perspectives to you. And there are many, many other colors and rays of light with their own special healing nuances that you can connect with for this. Now, you may call on your guardian angels, who are, of course, always with you, and you may also call on archangels or even ascended masters. Mother Mary and other divine mother guides are particularly comforting in these moments. All of the archangels are also helpful in healing trauma, but specifically, Archangel Michael is the overcomer of all fear. He is perfect protection, and I think of him as a go-to for anyone who is releasing trauma. Archangel Raphael is a healer and is also very helpful in giving you the knowledge and immediate support that you need to reprogram trauma. Archangel Zadkiel is a master teacher on forgiveness, and forgiveness is a necessary golden master key to all healing. Zadkiel will guide and teach you as to what needs to be forgiven to release the trauma completely for you. Archangel Ariel is strength and courage. So if your trauma leaves you feeling disempowered, she reminds you of your strength and fills you with the energy of empowerment and confidence in your control and in the strength of your will. Archangel Chamuel is the angel of love and helps you to find your way back to your original God-given state of love while healing your heart. So begin by cultivating your inner personal safe space with the help of the angels. You may deepen your awareness and connection to this inner safe space through meditative practices, prayer, visualization, repeating empowering affirmations, journaling, or energy work, so many things. It is also helpful to cultivate an outer safe space. This can be a relationship with a loved one, maybe a therapist, a healer, or even a relationship with a pet. Human beings, remember, are very social creatures, and we are made to thrive through our relationships and communities. Receiving a calming, healing word or touch from another can make all the difference in healing trauma. Sometimes just hearing another person's voice telling you that you are safe is enough to lift you out of it. Another example of an outer safe space can be a physical location that makes you feel light and healed, such as out in nature, maybe a temple, a church, or a quiet room in your home. Or another example is an activity or experience that you know will lift your state of being, such as exercise, maybe dance, artistic expression, gardening, reading uplifting books, or listening to uplifting, calming music, or playing with animals or children. The angels communicate that it is helpful to develop more than one component to your outer safe space too. So rather than, let's say, only relying on your therapist or healer, cultivate another safe relationship. And when others aren't available, have a safe environment and activity that will shift your state. And of course, throughout all of this, call on your angels and breathe in their light and support. One method of healing trauma that I have found so useful in my healing practice is soul retrieval. Now, I recently did a video on soul retrieval on my YouTube channel that you can check out if you want to dive into this topic a little more deeply. But in a nutshell, traumatic events can cause what we call soul loss. This is when a part of us retreats or fragments away from our greater spiritual whole in an attempt to flee from the trauma. Soul retrieval is the shamanic spiritual art of journeying into the spiritual realm to find and retrieve that lost soul fragment and return it to you. This often helps you to feel complete, whole, empowered, and yourself again after a traumatic event. Soul retrieval is also incredibly grounding, which is important because after trauma, it is common to feel a bit disconnected. You can read a little more on soul retrieval on my website at sarahhall.com as well if you feel drawn to this practice. Now, the angels would also like to talk about another key pillar of healing trauma, and that is healing through the physical body. So, your physical body registers every traumatic event and responds to every trauma. The body also holds a physical representation of any lasting trauma pattern that it's acting out. Sometimes we see this show up in the endocrine system. According to Archangel Raphael, the endocrine system plays a crucial role in responding to trauma. The adrenals and stress hormones are all part of the endocrine system and can actually begin to pattern themselves such that there are higher levels of stress hormones such as cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine, or histamine in your bloodstream, not only during the trauma or the traumatic event, but even in a habitual kind of long-term sense. This can cause us to feel easily fatigued, actually, burned out. It contributes to hormonal imbalance issues sometimes, or even can use up stores of important nutrients and minerals in the body. So again, feeling a little zapped. The body also holds on to the memory of trauma in our posture and body movements. Sometimes we habitually hunch over in response to trauma, protecting the heart and the solar plexus, as well as the vital organs of the chest and the belly. Sometimes the body holds on to physical tension that is just there because it doesn't feel safe letting go of that tensing up against the potential danger. And it will hold on to this in varying different parts of the musculoskeletal system. So an essential ingredient to healing trauma is healing your body by repatterning any imbalances that may have occurred in the endocrine system and correcting any postural changes, muscular tension, or alignment issues. The simplest way to begin feeling safe inside your own body again is by soothing and comforting it as you would an infant. When trauma is being triggered, hold yourself. You can literally wrap your arms around your whole chest. Go ahead, wrap them around there. You can even feel your arms wrapping underneath your armpit, going all the way around as if you're touching over to your back. Cradle your body. When you cradle your heart in this way, it makes the heart naturally just begin to actually calm down. You might notice that your breathing changes. The angels also communicate that you can place one hand over your heart and one hand over your forehead at your third eye, breathing and feeling as the brain waves gently, gradually begin to shift. The angels also suggest placing one hand over your heart and the other over your belly button, creating a loop of receptive healing energy in the heart and solar plexus. Depending on where your trauma is or what your trauma was, it may also feel really good to put one hand over your belly button and the other over your lower abdomen. Coincidentally, these are variations on the many postures that are traditionally practiced in shamanic journey. This body postural wisdom has been around for thousands of years. Yoga is also a great example of that. It's very empowering in repatterning the body towards empowerment. In fact, you can even try right now playing with posture. Go ahead and strengthen your back. Straighten it up, feel strength. Lift your rib cage from your torso and just open up your heart center, pointing your heart up towards the sun. Lift your chin and your gaze. And then just breathe in for a moment. Don't you just begin to feel power and strength as you do this? The body triggers different states in the mind and spirit, and that is the truth of it. The body is our vessel in this lifetime, and it holds amazing power to heal us in all areas of life. Amazingly, many people spontaneously purge out trauma while getting massages or chiropractic adjustments. The body opens us up to releasing trauma that even the mind will sometimes find it difficult to access. Somatics is another great example of a very powerful healing modality to release trauma physically. Somatics is a form of body work that helps you to find what your physical response to trauma is, including any involuntary tension from the nervous system that you're holding on to, and then to repattern it. So I highly, highly recommend you look into that if you're feeling guided to. Tapping is another form of body work that helps us release trauma by tapping different meridian points on the body to help access and release trauma, understanding it better. This is also very powerful. So again, if you feel guided towards it, go ahead and dive in, do a little research, a little digging. The angels will guide you just where you need to go. Another very powerful primal form of body healing is through dance. This was one of the first methods of healing that the angels taught me in releasing my own patterns of chronic depression and disempowerment early in life. So dance intuitively if you want to practice dancing. You may do this on your own or in a group, it doesn't really matter, but dance intuitively such that you're not worried about what you look like to other people so much as you're feeling what kind of movements your body wants and needs the most. In my own practice in this, I loved to dance in nature, as the earth is so good at helping us release things, connecting in and grounding, which is another important component of healing trauma. I noticed that my body was strongly able to purge out traumatic memory, some that I wasn't even consciously aware that I was holding. I've even had some experiences of this in yoga where you'll do a little bend or something like that. And it's like, oh, wow, here's this old memory that's shifting and lifting out of me as I do the posture. Then the dance movements also helped me to reprogram feelings of strength, self-love, and beauty into my body. So it's purging, clearing out, and then it adds in and plants new seeds, adds in a new pattern. Dance is great because it helps us to hold vibration. It's sort of like we're sculptors, re-sculpting the literal vibration of our body through the movement of dance. So explore your body. It really is a magical, miracle vessel of healing and a gateway to divine consciousness. Again, we could go on for about 10 more hours talking about all of the nuances of this subject, but essentially, and very simply, your angels want you to know that the antidote to fear is love. The gateway to love is forgiveness. Create safety, love, and forgiveness within yourself first. Forgiveness of the self, self-love, and cultivating safety and empowerment in the body create a powerful foundation through which you can heal and create well-being in all areas of your life. So today, we're going to do just that. For our group meditation, the angels would like to guide us in finding and connecting with our inner safe space. So if you are in the proper environment for it, go ahead and sit back and relax. You can close your eyes and begin by taking in some long and deep, healing, relaxing breaths. Go ahead and take one of your hands, placing it over your heart. And with your other hand, you may choose to place it over your forehead or over your belly button, whichever one feels better to you. Breathe, noticing that as you breathe, every particle of your physical body shifts into a receptive state of being. Deep relaxation flowing through every muscle of the body. like a soft, heavenly wave pouring down from the top of your head in soft blue and pink, relaxing and shifting the brainwaves, relaxing every soft muscle in the face, relaxing the shoulders, feeling the angel's light flood into the heart, feeling the abdomen, the belly soften, release, feeling the lower back, hip, pelvic region soften, letting go, the legs, the knees, the ankles, the feet, and the toes, releasing deep into rest. You are now held within a beautiful, safe cocoon of angelic light. Beautiful waves of soft pink, blue, and yellow surround you now. Allow yourself to float here for just a moment, receiving deeply as you bask in this energy, this gift. A group of healing angels now surrounds you. Archangel Chamuel stands over your heart chakra, channeling soft, peaceful, golden and pink light in. Breathe this pink light into your heart chakra deeply, allowing that light to softly open the heart, like a flower blooming. Each little petal, each layer of emotion and memory, softly opening to the light and basking in the warmth and the love of the angels. You are now able to see and feel the core center of your heart chakra. Enter into this center as if you are walking through a door. On the other side of this doorway, the angels are leading you into a beautiful inner healing sanctum, a temple made just for you. Breathe and relax and just take a moment to look around, to enjoy what you feel and see. This is a beautiful space, filled with all of the things that are most beautiful and comforting for you. The sights, the sounds, the feelings, and even the smell of this place is filled with powerful sensations of love and wellness. At the center of your healing temple, there is a little healing pod of light. Go ahead and step inside this glowing pod of healing light now, as if to re-enter the womb of heaven. Breathe, feeling a deep part of you relaxing and releasing, letting go of all past unconscious or involuntary tension as you melt into this creative, fertile womb of well-being and renewal. Your angels and spirit guides surround the pod, bringing forward the presence of the Divine Mother and the Divine Father. Feel these archetypes of our Creator surrounding and embracing you, holding you close like an infant in their arms. Breathe as you nestle into their hearts. Feeling so unconditionally loved, so comfortable, and so deeply, beautifully relaxed and safe. You are eternally safe, dear one. Your guides and angels invite you to repeat this affirmation in your heart, taking in a nice, deep, healing breath. Speak with your inner spiritual voice, thinking the thought, I am eternally safe. I am eternally and unconditionally safe in God. And breathe, feeling the body releasing, the spirit letting go and receiving even more deeply, allowing yourself to fill with the nourishment of heaven's light. Divine Mother and Father are giving you a gift now. Take a moment just to receive this gift, to connect with them. Know that this healing temple is eternally yours. This connection to the angels, to the Divine Mother Father, and to all of heaven is unconditionally, constantly, and eternally here for you to access right inside your own heart. The angels want you to know that this is a home for you whenever you need it. They now lift you into their arms, gently carrying you from the temple, helping you to ground back through the doorway of your heart chakra, gently feeling your presence returning into the physical world, into the physical body, the here and now. With your next deep breath, gather light and focus in through the top of your head, gathering it into your heart, and exhale. Letting the light move all the way down the spine, grounding and flooding out through the tailbone, through the feet, into the earth. Allow the fingers and the toes to come alive. Breathing presence, feeling alive, awake, and aware. And with that, you can gently open your eyes and gently begin to shift right back into the room you're in, into the current physical moment. Thank you for that, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful support that all of us offer one another when we connect together in healing. So now is our time to go ahead and to take some callers, to receive some texts and different reading requests and things like this. It looks like, my goodness, we've got many people who are already here on the line for our healing. So let's go ahead and see who wants to come up first. Okay, quite the list, guys. I'm going to ask the angels who we want to go with first for today. It looks like we have a caller in from Norway, a text in from Norway, that is. So this is from Mona. There we go. I had to read to the end to get to the to her number. So she says, "I will, as always, listen to Sarah. This is an important show. I'm in the process of healing and would like to know if the angels can give me any advice or messages." She's 43 years old, and it's time to find a way to heal. She's made some really hard choices to better her life and to set some boundaries, and she's ready for more guidance. So awesome. Thank you so much, Mona, for calling in, for sending your message in today, because the angels actually want you to know that they've strongly guided you to connect in today. They want you to know that you have been so strong in following their guidance. They have subtly been helping you in creating more boundaries in your life. They want you to know that actually you have a life purpose with an ability to be very, very healing. You're also an empath. You're very, very empathic. I feel you picking up on the energy of people around you everywhere you go. So that leads to high sensitivity, and it's also going to lead you to naturally being able to feel the feelings of other people. And sometimes people will gravitate towards you because of that. They're going to want some of your delicious, beautiful energy sometimes. Boundaries are important. You can help people, you can heal people, but you must remember that at the end of the day, everybody's got to do their own work to uplift their lives, especially when it comes to relationships where people depending on you so much that they might cross boundaries and they might begin to maybe take advantage. And those kind of relationships can even get a little, imbalanced or even abusive, being taken for granted in that kind of way. So today, the cards that we're working with you guys are the Archetype Oracle cards by Caroline Myss and the Nature's Whispers cards by Angela Hartfield. And Mona, I've pulled a couple of cards for you so that we can go ahead and get some more guidance from the angels. So 3 of these cards are from the Nature's Whispers card, and I pulled a bonus card from the Archetype Oracle cards. So your first card is Amplify Your Positive Emotions. Amplify the positive. So this is beautiful. The angels are telling you right now that you have actually, again, already set a very powerful precedent with the changes that you've made in your life recently, especially relationship changes. They're showing us that those relationship changes are leading you to changes in all other areas of life. It looks as if there are things that are uplifting around your job and career because of this. You might even notice finances uplifting. So many things are changing as a result, and it's all very, very good. So you can usher all of that in by amplifying more of that beautiful positivity. Spend time doing what you love. Spend time affirming positivity and self-love in all that you do, and you will have made an amazing mark on the world and on yourself. Your second card, I love this. This is so on track, is the Ideal Course of Action card. So this is a card that tells you that you are already on the ideal path. You have already taken the ideal course of action, Mona. Wonderful. So this is a confirmation for you on that. The angels are saying, yes, you've heard their messages. Yes, you're on the right path. They want you to know that. They want you to have that confirmation. And they also want you to continue going further. They're showing us that for you, Mona, you actually have a really beautiful connection with nature. I see a very natural, beautiful connection to flowers and flower fairies, elementals. This is part of your high sensitivity too. So spend time around nature, getting outdoors, being near flowers and breathing in the essence of flowers. Sometimes even working with plants and herbs is good for people like you with that kind of connection, Mona. Also animals, I feel a connection where animals and even children are naturally drawn to you because you have such kindness and sweetness and openness and things like this. So that's also really, really beautiful. Your third card from Nature's Whispers is the Expansion card. So again, it's like the angels took the words right out of the cards before we even turn these cards over, because expansion basically says again that all areas of your life are now benefiting as a result of the changes that you've made. Particularly, I feel big improvements in relationships coming up, and I feel even new relationships on the horizon. A new relationship is on the horizon for you. Things feel amazing with regard to that new relationship. It feels really, really good. Your little bonus card that we picked up from the archetype cards is the archetype of the prince. And the archetype of the prince is something that symbolizes romantic charm and a lot of high potential for power, for manifesting. Princes can get things done. A lot of times they're off on a quest getting things done, right? So this is your guidance that says you've got a lot of powerful creative potential here. And again, that romantic energy is following you around. The energy of love is following you around. So you'll see improvements in your relationships with that. So again, thank you, Mona, so much for contributing your beautiful thoughts and your energy to today. That's absolutely wonderful. Continue shining your light and being the positive example that you are for other people. So there, I'll just to share the number for you guys, for those of you that want to call in, it's 240-979-6366, 240-979-6366. And now it looks like we already have a caller on the line. So caller, hi, you're on the air. Thank you so much for calling in. What is your name and where are you calling from today?
My name is Alexis, and I'm calling from Toronto, and I'm so glad I got through. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Yay. Thank you, Alexis. It's so good to hear you. You've got such a great energy, so much light coming through you. How are you?
Great. And I just want to say for anyone that's listening, I had a remote session done with you, and it was absolutely the best session I've ever had. You helped me tremendously. So thank you so much for that.
You are so welcome, my dear. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. What an honor. Thank you so much.
So can you please just, I guess, pull some cards and tell me what you see coming up for me?
Yes. Let's go ahead. So the angels are guiding us towards a couple of cards from the Nature's Whispers deck, and I'll pull another one here from our archetypes cards. And just as I'm connecting you with the angels, today you have Archangel Ariel and Jophiel, both really, really close with you. So Ariel, our angel of strength and courage. Jophiel is the angel of beauty. And they're showing us a ton of deep purple, amethyst purple colored light flowing through your energy body. They're really giving you a lot of spiritual inspiration, and they're saying spiritual purpose, kind of amping up, getting a lot of energy. So turning over the cards now, let's see what we get. Okay, the first card says new experiences and possibilities. So Alexis, again, that you're getting a lot of spiritual messages right now. It feels like there's just a whole chapter of your life right now where I feel you blossoming. I feel your heart opening. I feel a lot opening up, spiritual gifts opening up. This is bringing the potential for a lot of new experiences and new possibilities. Keep on listening to your heart with regard to anything that it asks you that it wants to clear, to the angels are saying, because a big part of welcoming in the potential for new experiences and possibilities is clearing out the old, so we've got room for that new stuff to come in. So that's beautiful. The next card is the Seek Beauty card. Oh my gosh, how funny, because Jophiel was standing right by you, the angel of beauty. So this is funny. I'm actually also being drawn to the number on this card, and the number is 44. So whenever we see fours, you guys, it's a number that means that the angels are nearby. The angels are trying to reach you, to contact you. And Alexis, for you, the angels say that you can actually communicate directly with them. I really feel, again, these spiritual gifts opening up quite a bit. And Jophiel is coming through to communicate on the Seek Beauty card. She's showing us that your inner light is really starting to shine. She's helping to feed you inspiration, direct creative inspiration that you can apply towards your spiritual gifts, towards any goals that you have in your life's work, hobbies, or even career goals and things like this. There is a need to express the beauty. And the reason why this is so interesting, they're saying that as you complete a lot of the healing that's going on, a lot of the releasing that's going on in your life, you will feel really, really powerful as you ground the healing in through expressing it. Sometimes just by writing something down, drawing a picture, painting, saying something out loud, whatever it is, that expression causes us to make it real to us. It's not just a pie in the sky dream anymore. It's real to us when we express it it's a way of committing to it, a way of etching it literally onto a piece of the physical earth, so that it's real to us right here. So that's a big part of manifesting for you on your path right now. The angels keep saying life purpose over and over again for you, by the way. So again, you might get a lot of inspiration on what to do next with that. And here's oh my gosh, I just turned over the card from the archetypes and you'll not believe it, but here's the answer as to what they're leading you into for your life purpose. You got the guide card. So you have the ability to be a guide. You have the ability to be a guide and a leader. It represents the nature within you that has the ability to connect with the divine and to lead others in that way. You have the ability to guide other people spiritually. Any thoughts or any questions so far on any of that, Alexis?
No, not at all.
Yay. Well, perfect. I'm so glad to have talked with you today. Gosh, your angels... Yes, you're welcome. Your angels are saying that you can buckle your seatbelt now because there is so much they're about to give you. It's a ride this summer, it feels like, of so many new things that are coming in for your life. So enjoy it. Lots of new spiritual gifts.
Thank you. That so deeply resonated. And you said the purple light, and I've actually been working with the violet flame. So that was, thank you for being such a light in this world, Sarah.
You are so welcome, my dear. Wow. And Violet Flame is great too. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for your call, Alexis. You're the best.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, awesome. All right, it looks like we have a couple other requests here. Looking at a request from Liet from Massachusetts. Liet would like a general angel reading. So thank you so much, Liet, for your request. It's wonderful to connect with you. So, okay, right away, the angels are showing us that they have, it feels like big plans around making changes to your career related to your life purpose. I feel that right away. There's a feeling that I'm getting almost that it's like, light worker, it's time for you to wake up and to do your passion with your career. It's time for you to do your passion. If you're feeling in any way kind of listless or like you're not completely fulfilling your highest potential in your career, this is your angel's big way of saying, okay, that means that there's an inner alarm bell that's going off inside of you, Liet, saying that it's time for you to be able to heal and to go out into the world and to contribute your passion to the world. You have the ability to help people. So let's go ahead and see what that has to do with. We've got a couple of cards from the Archetypes deck, one card from the Nature's Whispers deck for you, Liet. So I'm turning those cards over. Okay, interesting. Our first card is the Father, the archetype of the Father from the Archetypes deck. This is a card that represents having incredible nurturing abilities and also a real power for creating and supporting life. There's a sense of fertility moving all around you right now. You provide a lot of guiding and healing light, leading kind of light in any family units, community units, or tribal units, that kind of thing. So know that your leadership abilities are coming into play. And the reason why the Father comes forward as far as your ability as someone who guides but also nurtures at the same time and provides at the same time is because the divine masculine component of nurturing is coming forward. So when we see the divine masculine component of nurturing, it oftentimes likes to train, heal, and empower others to take care of themselves, kind of thing. It's like you're teaching the people how to fish, kind of thing, instead of giving them the fish for the day. So yeah, again, you've got this inner nurturer and leader that wants to come through in your career path, and it's time to make leadership a big new part of your purpose and your career. You need to be the leader. And if you can do it in any kind of environment where you're nurturing, healing, or helping people, and even using your beautiful intuition to feel as to what their needs are, that's really good. But you do it with a no-nonsense approach. It's okay to even be tough love sometimes in your approach where you're really inspiring people strong to get to what they need to do. So you're a strong leader. Your second card is the archetype of the destroyer. Awesome. So powerful. And guys, don't let the words like destroyer, frighten you or think that it's low vibes. It's not. This is a card that represents a very important aspect to life, which is we need to clear things out sometimes. We need to clear out and protect ourselves from the things that no longer serve in order to, again, make room for the things that we want to bring in. So Leah, this message is telling you essentially that there is a divine creative force that is working through you right now that wants to clear things out from the past. I am very strongly being reminded by the angels of the archetype of Kali, the goddess Kali. This archetype of the destroyer really wonderfully in Hindu religion. And Kali is amazing. Kali is a destroyer, and she's incredibly creative. She governs the creative forces of reality. And one of the big components of creation is destruction. In other words, at the end of a year, we've got to clear out a field after we've got all the dried up brown husks of the plants that we've planted. And clearing out the old makes room so that we can plant new seeds later. That is the cycle of life. Such is the natural cycle of life. So Leah, for you, it is time to release something. Go ahead and ask your heart what it is that it needs to release the most. The thing that I feel that the angels want you to kind of nudge you towards in that is that it's around relationships, especially in terms of, again, you taking more leadership. It's time for you to get assertive and strong and take the leadership position more. And again, one of the other things I want you to know is that if in your career you're feeling in any way a little bit like stuck or I'm not fulfilling my highest potential, it's because you're not meant to follow someone else's model as to what they think should be done. To get a job done, you should be doing your own thing. You should be following your own way of doing things. You've got your own powerful sense of organizing things, and again, can teach other people how to do that. So beautiful. The last card that we have for you, Leah, is the Clear Endeavor card from Nature's Whispers, the Clear Endeavor. So the angels are telling you right now that it's time to get really, really clear with yourself about what your greatest passions are in terms of your life purpose. God has placed inside of you a passion, that will always lead you back to God, towards your highest potential and purpose in life. That's what our passions are. They are the recognition of the presence of God. And Leah, that's exactly what your angels want you to know. If you get clear about, okay, I admit to myself what I feel most passionate about, that's where you start to find where your purpose is meant to lead you next. And they're saying get clear about what your specific intentions are as to what you want to manifest, because the angels are listening and they're co-creating. They're helping you to manifest those things right with you. So write them down for you too. It's good for you to express or speak out loud, commit to your intentions, and that really creates a foundation. Thank you, Leah, so much for sending in your request. All right, guys, it looks like we've got several other requests that have come in. So let's see what we have. So we have Kristen. She would just like to request a general reading. So Kristen, as soon as I tune into your energy, my dear, right away I am feeling elemental spirits around you. You must be connected with nature. You must have a beautiful connection with nature, in fact, and a need to connect with nature, the angels are saying. As you connect with nature, and again as well, animals and children, these things bring you back to your spiritual origin, and that refreshing, kind of deep dive back into all of that brings you back to who you truly are. Connecting with nature, connecting with playfulness in your spirit, again, childlike wonder, those kinds of things. Play with animals, go ahead and get into your instincts. That stuff helps you to feel like you are truly you. You're finding your inner child in a big, big way. Your inner child is coming forward right now, and she wants to kind of speak loud and clear to us. She's showing us that she is wanting to attract in more opportunities for blessings in relationships. She wants to connect a little bit more with a sense of community, friendships, family, and that kind of thing. She wants to feel really safe and really loved and nurtured and accepted by her tribe, kind of thing. So reach out and definitely cultivate love and intimacy and closeness in the good, safe relationships of your life. The angels will help you as well with attracting in new relationships if you are ready to do so. The cards that I pulled for you, Kristen, are the Make-A-Wish card from Nature's Whispers. Make a wish. So the angels are listening. They want you to set your intention. And the second card is Infinite Blessings. Infinite blessings. So make a wish because infinite blessings are on the way to you. Infinite blessings are on the way. And again, it's all about joy right now in your life. Anything else that you're working on, you got to be joyful first. Fill your own cup first. Get in touch with that inner child first. Everything else is coming as a result of that. Beautiful. Thank you, Kristen. We're going to get another one in here. So this is a request. This is from an anonymous caller. They didn't leave their name, but that's okay. So their message, they say, "Hi, Sarah. I'm seeking guidance from the angels. I'm starting a new romantic relationship and wondering if I'm ready and if it's a good time to be starting this new relationship. What should I be focusing on?" Okay, thank you so much for your request. Let's go ahead and tune into your energy. I'm feeling Archangel Chamuel really close to you right now. He's actually telling you right now that he helped to guide this relationship into your life. Fun fact is that Archangel Chamuel is also the finding angel. He is kind of like the sight of God. He is able to see things clearly. He guides us to our soulmates a lot of the time. So Archangel Chamuel is telling you that, yes, this relationship is good right now. It feels like it's got a purpose to it. And I'm feeling a soul contract connected to this relationship where you and this person are actually meant to teach one another. I feel some real growth coming in through this relationship, specifically related to healing. I'm seeing deep green light around both of your hearts. It feels like, both of you may have had memories of hurt from the past. And that's part of the reason why the two of you are really well suited to each other right now, is that you can understand and be sensitive to each other in that and help heal one another. So yes, this is a good relationship for you to be in right now, and focus on going slowly. Focus on going slowly and gently and letting your heart open slowly. The angels just showed me an image of a rose over your heart. So a rose, we can't force it open. We can't force it to bloom. It will bloom naturally all on its own in its own good timing. So give yourself plenty of time to slowly, gradually, gently open in this relationship as you get to know one another, and just enjoy the simplicity of the present moment. From the Nature's Whispers cards, you've got the gratitude and appreciation card showing, again, stop and smell the roses, appreciate the little simple joys with your new loved one. And that appreciation and gratitude for life helps to naturally open your hearts. The second card is the acceptance of love card. So there's your answer, ding, 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 loud and clear, saying, yes, accept this love. You are ready for this love. This is the time to move forward. Again, your soul has attracted this in the right timing because it's time to bring forward some potential for real healing. There's a lot of good support that we can see that will come through this. The third card is the vulnerability card, and the angels essentially want you to know that it is safe for you to be vulnerable. It is safe for you to be vulnerable in this relationship. Also, they want you to know that in order to have real intimacy, we have to have vulnerability. Those two things go hand in hand. So thank you so much for your message. That's a beautiful, beautiful set of guidance that the angels gave you for today. All right. It looks like we're just coming to the end of our time, but I think we can squeeze in just one more really, really quick. So we have Israel from California who has messaged us, and Israel is looking for a general angel reading as well. So Israel, okay, as soon as I tune into your energy, the angels point to your third eye really strong. Your third eye is dilated and wide open. My dear, your third eye is open in such a way that shows that you've got amazing spiritual gifts and that these gifts are blossoming right now. They're really going to be open. They want you to know that it's actually going to be really helpful to call on helper guides, such as the angels, that make you feel really safe and grounded with all this new spiritual growth, because your openness, your spiritual growth and openness reminds me of some of my own experience in this, is such that it's so open that you might find yourself picking up on a whole gamut of spiritual energies. Some that maybe aren't even useful to be picking up on, like picking up on emotions from other people that, aren't useful to tune into, picking up on all kinds of things. So the angels are essentially saying protect yourself and ground yourself by connecting with the angels, and enjoy the heck out of these new beautiful opening spiritual gifts that you have. They really are absolutely beautiful. They're showing images of you writing, by the way. They're picking up your hand and they're writing through you. You may have the ability to do some automatic writing and even channeling a book. later on in your life, right now, just start writing. Write all of your experiences down. There's a lot of real powerful beauty coming through you. The more that you focus on self-expression too, that helps to ground you a lot, Israel. Self-expression, especially if it's creative, artistic expression, that's really good for you. You are so super sensitive, my dear. So spend some time outdoors in nature. And for you, you'll need to eat a really pure diet in order to take care of this high sensitivity that you have. But it is a blessing. It is absolutely a blessing. Let's go ahead. I'm going to pull just one little card for Catherine because Catherine has requested a reading, and gosh, I just don't want to leave anybody out today. But one little card for you, Catherine, since we're already at the end of our time today. But your card is the Be Spontaneous card. So interesting. So Catherine, the angels want you to know it's safe to go outside your comfort zone. It's safe to go outside your comfort zone. They're leading you into something that might be a little bit new, a little bit unfamiliar, but it actually feels really big, really strengthening, something that expands your ability for happiness in life. It feels like it's coming through in relationships as well as experiences that you'll have in physical body movement, exercise and training and things like that. All of that kind of opens and bursts the heart open. Be spontaneous. Have some fun with it. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for all of your messages, your calls today. It was so wonderful to connect with you. Remember that I will be live every month on Bring Me to Life Radio, bringing you spiritual discussions and angel messages. Mark your calendars for Thursday, July 19th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for our next live episode. Through the Eyes of the Angels is also available to listen to on iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, that's SPREAKER.com, or Stitcher, that's STITCHER. I will be posting the links for the podcast on my social media pages if you'd like to listen in again or share with a friend. So definitely keep in touch with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you'd like to connect with me for a private reading, a healing, spiritual coaching, angel session, soul retrieval session, you can visit my website at www.sarahhall.com. That's SARAHHALL.com. Follow the Bring Me to Life tribe for more inspiring talk radio, music, and so much more. And thank you guys again for your presence today. I love you all so much. Bye.